Is there anyone else from the public who would like to address the commission this evening? Mike? Sure.
Okay, well, thanks for your time. That was very touching, the gift. Very nice. That was the park that they got donations for to build?
Yes.
Phenomenal.
As all volunteer workers.
Just phenomenal.
Okay, that's nice. The gift that she gave is nice, but I'm thinking about the gift at 5008 Ventnor Avenue. At the best of my knowledge, you're giving a building that you paid $205,000 to a Mr. Al Sensor. Is that correct?
We are discussing and entertaining that.
Now, I believe he's the same Al Sensor that was involved in the Alliance group that was originally set up to do the redevelopment plan.
That's correct.
Well, what I understand is he owns about 20 or 30 properties in the area, the redevelopment area, that have been abandoned for about 10 or 5 years, I'm not sure. But I do know one thing. I bought one of those properties and I rehabbed it, so I did my part to redevelop that area. What surprises me is that Mr. Al Sensor has some questionable associates in the past, and it was brought to my attention that Mr. Levin Sr. and Jr. are both felons. They were involved with Al Sensor. Did you know these guys had a bad reputation before you got involved with Al Sensor?
No, we did not. And again, one of the things that the Levin, the father and son team, along with Mr. Al Sensor, as you said, bought up many of the buildings in that area in hopes of putting themselves in the best position to be named as a redeveloper by the city of Ventnor. We discussed that, and we wanted to choose them because they had put their money up. They had a considerable number of buildings that certainly would make it easier if they were the developer. However, at the same time, recognizing that, we recognized that they really didn't have the development experience that we were hoping to receive. We told them that while we would like to pick them, that we would encourage them to seek a partner of one of the other developers that had submitted requests for qualifications. They came back, and we had been moving through this. We had won the lawsuits, and we were hoping that we could draw a conclusion to this. So we're really up against the gun as to what we were going to do. They could not successfully reach an agreement with one of the other developers in order to find a partner to bring. They would have the buildings, the partner would have the development experience. So we were really at a point where we weren't sure what we were going to do. At that point, they came in with Pulte Homes, and we're excited about the quality of Pulte, Fortune 500 company. I think everybody's aware of them. But unfortunately, another lawsuit came up that dragged the project down. So we didn't know about the Levin's record at that time. I don't think anybody did. Mr. Al Sensor was not involved in those criminal parts, at least to the best of our knowledge. We have done some research, and he has been involved in some lawsuits, but he was not involved in anything criminal. And again, this is one of these things. He's not a developer designated by the city of Ventnor. He is doing this. He went out and purchased all the properties. One of the outcry by many people was the use of eminent domain. We always told the public from day one that the use of eminent domain was a last choice, last option, but that we needed that tool where that single property owner who may have been an absentee property owner that didn't have the city best interest at heart, that we needed eminent domain to maybe move a project forward. But we always said we didn't want to use this. Mr. Al Sensor, in order to move the project on the south side, or as Mr. Bula would tell us, probably that the east side of Ventnor Avenue, he had to pay more money because we didn't want to use eminent domain. One of the individuals had his property assessed at $330,000. He came in and got a tax reduction through the tax appeal down to, I think, $300,000 or $315,000. Mr. Al Sensor went to buy the property. I think he ended up paying close to $500,000 because we did not want to use eminent domain. Same thing for the other building in the block that he had to go buy. So he probably paid $350,000 to $400,000 more because we wouldn't use eminent domain. In return for that, my thinking, again, we have not voted on this, is that in order to avoid eminent domain, that it was worth for us to use that building to complete the package